Okay, so this is video number 11 to chapter 21, hair coloring. And this is a rather lengthy section. It's entitled Understanding the Special Challenges in Hair Color and Corrective Solutions. Each hair coloring service is unique and can present unique challenges. To give each hair coloring service a good start, the colorist must allow enough time for a complete client consultation and analysis of the client's hair. Strand tests must be performed to ensure satisfactory final results, but even the most skilled colorists will occasionally have a problem that can't be predicted. This may be due to a particular structure or a condition of the client's hair. The good news is that most hair coloring problems can be resolved or corrected as long as the colorist remains calm. Gray hair. Challenges and solutions. Gray hair is caused by the reduction of pigment in the cortical layer. Gray, white, and salt and pepper hair all have characteristics that present unique coloring challenges. For instance, gray hair can turn yellow if the lightener used is not processed long enough. A great many salon coloring services, however, will successfully cover or enhance gray hair if performed correctly. Yellowed hair. A problem that can occur with gray hair is that it can develop a yellow cast, which can be caused by a variety of factors: smoking, medication, sun exposure, and hairsprays and styling aids. Lightener and hair color removers help remove yellow discoloration. Undesired yellow can often be overpowered by the artificial pigments deposited by violet-based colors of an equal or darker level than the yellow. Formulating for gray hair. Gray hair accepts the level of the color applied. However, level 8 or lighter colors may not give complete coverage because of the low concentration of dye found in these lighter colors. Formulations from level 7 and darker will provide better coverage and can be used to create pastel and blonde tones if desired. For those clients who are 80 to 100% gray, a hair color within the blonde range is generally more flattering than a darker shade. This lighter level of artificial color may be selected to give a warm or cool finished color, depending on the client's skin tone, eye color, and personal preference. One factor to consider when coloring low percentages of gray or salt and pepper hair to a darker level is that color on color will always make a darker color. The addition of dark artificial pigment to the natural pigment results in a color that the eye perceives as darker. For this reason, when attempting to cover the unpigmented hair on a salt and pepper head, formulate 1 to 2 levels lighter than the natural level to ensure a natural result. Be sure to look at chart 21-4 for the coloring chart for gray hair. For the purposes of a strand test, a manufacturer's product color chart can be used in conjunction with these tables to select a color within the proper level. The gray hair formulation tables provide general guidelines, but there are other considerations to take into account, such as the client's personality, client's personal preferences, the amount of gray hair and its location on the head. You will note that in the tables, there are no colors given in the formulations, only the levels of hair coloring in various techniques. Also note that the table does not consider the location of the gray hair. The percentage assumes that the gray hair is equally distributed throughout the head. If, for instance, the majority of gray hair is located in the front section of the head, that section would be considered to have more gray hair, with the back portion containing less gray hair. In that instance, you would have to determine what formulation would best suit the client. The gray hair around the face is what the client sees, so it may be wise to formulate based on the percentage of gray hair that the client actually sees. The section of the hair that surrounds the face is what influences the client's self-image. In some cases, you may want two formulas, one for the area around the face with the most gray and another for the rest of the head. Tips for achieving gray coverage. Formulate at a level 7 medium blonde and deeper for best gray coverage. Use 20 volume developer. Process color for the full processing time based on the manufacturer's instructions. Add natural tones to the formula. If 25% gray is present, use 25% neutral or natural tones in the formula. If 50% gray is present, use 50% neutral or natural tones in the formula. If 75% gray is present, you guessed it, use 75% neutral or natural tones in the formula. High lift blonde colors are not designed for gray coverage. To create a very light result, formulate at a level 7 for the base color and add some highlights over the color to create a balanced blonde on blonde result. Pre-softening. Occasionally, gray hair is so resistant that even when formulation, application, and time are correct, you will find that the coverage is not satisfactory. In such cases, pre-softening becomes necessary. Pre-softening is the process of treating gray or very resistant hair to allow for better penetration of color. Pre-softening raises the cuticle layer of the resistant hair to allow for better penetration of color. A pre-softener acts like a stain to the hair. It is applied, processed, and removed. Then the hair color is applied. Apply the pre-softening formula to the resistant areas and allow it to stay on the hair for 15 minutes. Refer to manufacturer's directions, as always. While pre-softening the resistant areas, you may mix the final formula and start to apply it to the rest of the head. Once the resistant hair has been pre-softened, blot the pre-softener color off with a towel and apply the final color formula directly over it. Rules for effective color correction. Sometimes the color may not turn out as expected. Although this can seem disastrous for your client and for you, it does not need to be. Problems can always be corrected. Keep the following guidelines in mind. First, don't panic. Remain calm. Second, determine the nature of the problem. Next, determine what caused the problem. Develop a solution. Always take one step at a time. Never guarantee an exact result. And always strand test for accuracy. Damaged hair. Blow drying, flat irons, wind, harsh shampoos, the sun, salt water, chlorinated water, and chemical services all take their toll on the condition of the hair. Coating compounds such as hairsprays, styling agents, and some conditioners can block or interfere with color penetration. Hair is considered damaged when it has one or more of the following characteristics: rough texture, overporous condition, brittle and dry to the touch, susceptible to breakage, no elasticity, spongy and matted when wet, and fades too quickly or grabs too dark. Any of these hair conditions will create problems during a hair coloring, lightening, permanent waving, or hair relaxing treatment. Therefore, damaged hair should receive reconditioning treatments both before and after the application of these chemical services. Tips for detailing with damaged hair are as follows. Use a penetrating conditioner that can deposit protein oils, and moisture-rich ingredients. Complete each chemical service by normalizing the pH with an acidic finishing rinse. This will restore the ability of the cuticle to protect the hair. Postpone any further chemical service until the hair is reconditioned. Schedule a client for between service conditioning. Recommend retail home care products that will help prepare the hair for the next service. Fillers. Fillers are used to equalize porosity. Some fillers are ready to use as they come from the manufacturer. Others are a mixture of hair color and conditioner that your instructor can help you prepare if she ever shows up for class. There are two types of fillers: conditioner fillers and color fillers. Conditioner fillers are used to recondition damaged, overly porous hair and equalize porosity so that the hair accepts the color evenly from strand to strand. Color fillers. Color fillers equalize porosity and deposit colors in one application to provide a uniform contributing pigment on pre-lightened hair. Color fillers are used on overly porous, pre-lightened hair to equalize porosity and provide a uniform contributing pigment that complements the desired finished color. Semi-permanent hair color products are commonly used as color fillers. As a general rule, if you are going 3 levels or more darker, you will need to use a color filler. Color fillers accomplish the following. They deposit color to faded ends of the hair shaft. Next, they help prepare hair to hold a final color by replacing missing building blocks. They prevent streaking and dull appearance. They prevent off-color results. They produce more uniform, natural-looking color. They produce uniform color when coloring pre-lightened hair back to its natural color. Selecting the correct color filler. All 3 primary colors must be present to produce a hair color that looks natural. To correct an unwanted hair color, always use the primary or secondary color that is missing in the hair. The color is called the complementary color. Remember, complementary colors are directly opposite each other on the color wheel. Yellow blonde hair can be corrected to a natural blonde by adding the 2 missing primary colors, red and blue. In other words, by adding the secondary color, violet. Violet cancels yellow. Orange blonde hair can be corrected to a natural blonde by adding the missing primary color, blue. Blue cancels orange. Someone ought to fucking tell Donald Trump that. Adding blue color to yellow hair would make the hair green. Remember, a primary color always cancels a secondary color, and a secondary color always cancels a primary color. Color fillers may be applied directly from their containers to damaged hair prior to coloring. They may also be added to the hair color and applied to damaged ends. Hair color tips for redheads. Red hair color is exciting and fun, but fading is a common problem with color-treated red hair. A daily shampoo and blow dry, an occasional permanent wave, and/or a few days in the pool or at the beach cause the artificial pigment in red hair to oxidize and fade. It is important to recommend the proper products to maintain the finished hair color. Tips are summarized as follows. To create warm, coppery reds, use a red-orange base color. For example, RORG. To create hot, fiery reds, use red-violet or true red colors. For example, R, RR, and RV. After the hair has been colored with a permanent color, always use a demi-permanent color to refresh the shaft and ends. If gray hair is present, always add the necessary amount of neutral color according to the total amount of color mixed and the desired red level. Always take into account the percent of gray present. As a general rule, follow the guidelines for gray coverage. If 25% gray is present, use 25% neutral or natural tones in the formula. If 50% gray is present, use 50% neutral or natural tones in the formula. And if 75% gray is present, you guessed it, use 75% neutral or natural tones in the formula. And lastly, with red. To brighten hair color, refresh reds with a soap cap of equal parts shampoo and the remaining color formula before rinsing. Or mix a demi-permanent color and apply it to the ends. Hair color tips for brunettes. To avoid orange or brassy tones when lifting brown hair with permanent color, always use a cool blue or green base. To avoid unwanted brassy tones, do not lighten more than 2 levels above the natural color. The heck's a brassy tone. Add 1 ounce of natural color to cover gray in brunette hair. Natural highlights in brunette hair should be deep or caramel colored. Blonde highlights have too much contrast with brunette hair. Blonde highlights do not look natural and require frequent service. Hair color tips for blondes. Blonde hair color is popular, profitable, and fun. From single process blonde to highlighting, the possibilities are endless. As you work with blonde hair, keep the following tips in mind. When lightening brown hair to blonde, remember that there may be underlying unwanted warm tones. When covering gray hair with a blonde color, use a level 7 or darker for the best coverage. Double process blonding is the best way to obtain pale blonde results. If high lift blondes that lift only 5 levels are used on levels 4 and below, the result may be a color that is too warm or brassy. If highlights become too blonde or all one color, lowlights or deeper strands can be foiled into the hair to create more natural color. For lowlights, choose a shade between the highlighted shade and the base color and add gold to your formulation. For example, if the highlighted strands are level 9 and the base is a level 5, choosing a level 7 gold for the low light is a good option. An all-over glaze will add warmth and shine to an over-processed blonde. Choosing shades with gold tones will help to keep the sparkle in pale blondes. Okay, common hair color solutions. Refresh faded color. If the hair appears dull and faded, mix a demi-permanent hair color in the same tonal family as the hair color formula. Stay within 2 levels of your formula. Apply all over and check frequently, allowing a processing time up to 10 minutes. Green cast. If the hair has a buildup of minerals from well water or chlorine, you may want to purify the hair with a product designed to remove the mineral buildup. You can apply a demi-permanent color to neutralize any unwanted color that remains in the hair. Overall hair color is too light. This is a result of incorrect formulation. To correct, apply a demi-permanent color that is 1 to 2 levels darker than the previous formula. Overall color is too dark. A simple solution to an overall color that is too dark could be adding a few highlights. This will break up the solid dark color and give an overall appearance of lighter hair. If that idea is not appealing to your guest, you may need to correct the base color. Determine how much of the color needs to be removed. Use a hair color remover in cases where the hair is too dark because of buildup in formulation. Apply hair color remover to the areas that need to be lightened. Process for 10 minutes and check development. These removers are designed to remove artificial pigment from the hair. Once you have achieved the desired color, rinse and shampoo. Restoring blonde to natural hair color. Restoring a client's blonde hair back to its natural, darker color can be tricky. Even if the client says she wants to go back to her natural color, she may not like it. She's used to seeing light hair, and going too dark could be disastrous. A few tips on how to restore the client's natural color. 1. If you have a starting regrowth level that is level 6 dark blonde and deeper, soften the new growth with a level 6 violet-based permanent color with 20 volume. Apply to the scalp area, process for 20 minutes, and rinse. Towel dry. If the starting regrowth level is level 7 medium, blonde, and lighter, soften the regrowth with a level 8 light blonde violet-based permanent color with 20 volume. Apply to the scalp area, process for 20 minutes, and rinse. Towel dry. Next, apply a demi-permanent glaze with 1 ounce of level 8 light neutral blonde and 1 ounce of level 9 very light blonde, red, orange. Apply to all the lightened hair. Do not apply to the scalp area. Process for 20 minutes, rinse, and towel dry. This will turn the hair a very light reddish gold. Do not panic. Finally, mix the final deposit only glaze. If you formulated with level 6 dark blonde violet at the base, use 1.5 ounces level 6 dark neutral blonde with a 1/2 ounce level 4 light brown gold base. If you formulated with level 8 light violet blonde at the base, use 1.5 ounces level 8 light neutral blonde with a 1/2 ounce level 6 dark golden blonde. Apply the chosen formula starting on the pieces that were over-lightened from the beginning. Work the color through all over. Process up to 20 minutes, checking it every 5 minutes. Reevaluate the hair color at the client's next visit and determine what is needed to make the color deeper. Apply a separate color to the scalp area and on the remainder of the hair strand for the best results. And this concludes video 11 of chapter 21, hair color. We are now moving on to safety precautions in hair coloring. That will be video 12.